How we doing, y'all? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Right on. How you guys doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Currently, I'm caught in a storm here in California, but other than that, we thriving, we still breathing. That's all that matters.
I'm not laughing at you, by the way. I just love
Hey man, I'm bringing out proper dirt for this interview. Come on, man.
I'm
You know?
you're consistent.
Nah, yeah, you got it.
Okay, well, everybody, all five of us are gonna enjoy some time together. If you can stay, we'd appreciate it. If you can't, you can find this on the Cool Hand Podcast Instagram. If I'm not Instagram, YouTube. If I'm not too old and out of touch with what young people do, this will be uploaded on YouTube. So, it's giving very much professional, and she's probably referring to Dirt.
Hey,
He's
that's all we're doing these days. We got to get the point across. We got to be real proper.
So speaking of getting the point across, I unfortunately, Kayla and I, we got invited somewhere, and I love to just be at home. But we accepted the invitation, so it is what it is. But if you're just joining, we're going to talk about Not For Everything. I want to thank you both for being on here. I appreciate it. This is something new.
Yeah, thanks.
Indeed. Thank you for having us, man.
Yeah,
So let's get to it. Congratulations on the project. I think it's gotten a lot of great reception, but how do you guys feel about the reception that your project has gotten so far?
I'll let Jazz start.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I mean, the reception has been nice. I mean, I guess I didn't have any expectation. I guess for me, it was just about creating, and whoever was going to hear it and love it, cool. And if they didn't love it, that's cool too. But yeah, we just wanted to create. And I think that was the main point of it. But yes, love the support. Thank y'all so much for supporting.
Yeah. To go along, I personally am extremely overwhelmed with joy in regards to just a drop in general. It's something that some time ago, me and Jazz started working on, and we were really putting in our utmost efforts in regards to how we can convey the message that we. Yeah, no worries. It's something that some time ago that me and Jazz were trying to figure out how can we get our point across in the most respectful fashion, of course. And that message that we wanted to get across, quite frankly, is that we're just not for everyone. And that's what it comes down to. And no doubt, every artist, I feel like they would want their art to be, well received. But me and Jazz, I feel like we came in with a strong possibility that that might not even be the case with our project, and that the viewer may not necessarily like or understand at first the body of expressive work that we were gonna put out. So to see that it was received well, especially for the experimental closing track, NFE, it was a welcome but grateful surprise.
Got you. Thank you. So I'm not the only one who was surprised, speaking of which, by this collaboration, because I know you both in your own respective rights and creativity, but how did this happen? How did you two connect on a creative level? Actually, forget that. How did you connect, period?
I'll let Jess start it again.
Yeah. So I guess, well, Dirt Heard Now You Know, which was a song that I did with Crowded Places, Jasmine, Jazzberry, Jazz.berry, if you follow her on Instagram. And of course, it was produced by Phil Collins. Heard that track. He's already friends with Jasmine, so I think that's how he heard it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dirt. And then he reached out. He hit me up, like, I guess, on one of my posts, and he was just showing mad love. So we ended up talking about, collaborating eventually. And that's when I think initially it was going to be like him just featuring on one of my songs and me featuring on one of his tracks. But somehow we ended up just doing a full 3-track project. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she pretty much summed it up perfectly. Kind of going off hearing Now You Know, I kind of saw the three different styles that they were able to infuse into one track. And I thought it was something that kind of enticed my ear to realize, okay, well, this is something that's a possibility to do in regards to, Jazz and me making some art. And so, and even just listening to Habits as well, because after hearing that track, it made me start listening to, her other project that she had, and then also listen to Crowded Places music. And that's how I feel like I even came across the Cool Hand interview. I think it all started with Now You Know. Like she said, I heard it through the talented singer Jasmine. So it was definitely something that enticed me, especially the fact that she was doing spoken word. And I don't think that's something that's really as common as it used to be. And she was able to do it in such a vulnerable and powerful fashion that I had no choice but to follow her because it was just that good. So we had to get it going.
Mm-hmm. That's high praise. So how did now creatively, because I mentioned in the review that we had something new for me at least, which was jazz rapping. So Jazz, I want to ask you this question: have you always been rapping, or just playing around with bars? Because I feel like rapping and poetry can be closely related. Is that something that's you've been into, or you just kind of picked it up?
Yeah, so when I was younger, I was just telling somebody about this. A lot of people don't.
Somebody's calling her. I think that's. I
Yeah.
can't see.
I'm on my phone, so but yeah, so when I was younger, I used to do music. I was actually trying to be a rapper, right? So I was trying to be in the industry at one point in my life. And of course, when I made certain life changes, I kind of like put that behind me a little bit, especially because I didn't really have too many friends that were as passionate when it came to like being creative or rapping or writing songs and things like that. So I got into poetry. But of course, I've always been into poetry, like you said. Poetry, rapping, poetry goes hand in hand together. So I've been into doing it all. I just like to be creative. So I just picked it back up. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, that's good to know. So it's probably better that you didn't get into the industry. Uh, I was just, I just
Yeah.
talked about this. I just did like a flop podcast before we got on about just people in the industry, and that you kind of have to step on people. You have to screw somebody over to get on top, pretty much. And
It's wicked for real.
yeah, it's yeah. So anyway, back to you guys. Finding a balance as you guys started to work together. What was it like trying to find a balance between the two of you? Who's going to do what? Who's going to say this? Who's going to do that? What was that process like? What's up to the
Uh,
people in the chat?
Shoot, what's up, man? Shout out to chat.
Gang, gang.
How you-
Um, I think every artist works differently, and I think anybody could agree on that. Um, no matter who it is, we can go on and on naming artists, but they all have different styles of work ethics, and that's nothing wrong.
Mhm.
Everybody has their own styles of doing things, and I think when you're able to kind of find that happy medium, and doing this project actually taught me a lot about, because I'm used to doing a lot of stuff like solo work. I mean, a lot of stuff I'm starting to get into is more collaborative, but doing this project taught me about the beauty of compromise at times.
Mhm.
So sometimes you want to do things your way, but maybe the other person doesn't want to do it that way. So it's good to find that happy medium, because when you find that happy medium, a lot of times it's something even better than what you even planned out at first. And I think it was a fun process, in all honesty, and we had a lot of laughs. Uh, yeah. That's my take. That's my
Yeah,
take.
I agree. Along with those same thoughts. It takes a lot of humility to collaborate with someone, especially like Dirt was saying, if you're used to doing solo projects and doing things your way, especially if you tend to be a bit of a perfectionist. A lot of creatives are they're serious about their crafts, even if it's something that it's like, okay, I'm doing this for fun, but at the same time, I don't want to put out trash. So, and what may sound like or be trash to one person may not be trash to somebody else. So, it was all about listening and being patient with one another as collaborators. When he had an idea, he threw it out there. Even if I didn't understand it, as you can tell, there's an age difference as well, right? I mean, I'm almost 32. I think my bro here is like 22, 23 years old. And
I'm 12.
yes, Dirt is 12. And I'm 15 now. But yeah, there's an age difference. And so, we're very different, but there are certain things that we have in common, and that's what we were able to focus on when it came to doing this project together.
100%.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
100%.
I'm glad to see it. Honestly, I don't mess around asking what you guys' ages were. So I'm glad that you did, disclose that information, because I can see the
She
big
gonna give up
brother.
my social
Yeah,
security next, man.
My bad. My bad. My bad.
yeah.
Oh, I'm playing. I'm playing.
I see the brother sister dynamic here, and I like it. So with you two collaborating, but it's one thing to collaborate, but being from Texas to LA, the whole connection there, how difficult or easy was it to collaborate long distance?
Mm. You want to go on? You want me to start this, or you want?
You can start it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Um, Honestly, I feel like with the advancements of modern technology, it's not as hard as people think it is. Because as you know, we have Instagram, iMessage, whatever the case is, and it's easy to kind of convey your thoughts or even put little voice notes or whatever the case, uh, to kind of see the direction that the other person wants to head or yourself as the artist. Yeah, this man Samson's making me die over here. But yeah,
I even let
he
me
don't
look.
know about the ops. But yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. It's what was the question, man? He threw me.
Um, the how it was collaborating long distance, especially on three multiple songs. There may be songs we don't even know about. So what was that process like? How easy or difficult was it to collaborate?
Mm, I would say it had its challenges, but it was also not as hard as people may think. The challenges being obviously when you're in the same, room with somebody, you can kind of feed off each other's energy a little bit easier. And then when you're doing things over text, sometimes that energy could be misinterpreted or whatever the case may be. So I feel like it has its challenges, but it's not as hard. And I think people should be more open to working with people from different states. Shout out PA. I heard there's a lot of good artists out there, but
Yeah.
yeah, we gotta work it through. And like I said, the beauty of compromise at the end of the day is what it comes down to.
Yeah, like what Derek was saying, there were definitely some challenges. I mean, we're in different time zones, right? He's in Cali. He's like 2 hours behind me. He's Pacific time. I'm Central. I'm in Texas. So, we have our different schedules. We have, our personal lives. I think I posted about this. We both have a 9 to 5 job. We got to pay bills. We not rich. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a lawyer.
He's a lawyer, and yep. but yeah, so it there were some challenges, but what made it easy too was Dirt is very enthused when it comes to creating, and he was very communicative. So it was like if I was to throw out an idea, and I'm like, okay, I think we should do this, and he'd be like, oh yeah, for sure, for real, on game, and then he'll He'll send some vocals over, and I'm like, dang, I literally just told him about this like 20 minutes ago, and he's so it made it a
That's
lot
crazy.
to create with him because he was really, really enthused.
Oh man. Shoot. I want to let everybody know I do not talk like that. I'm very proper.
Yeah.
I would say, thank you so much for this opportunity. Let me hop on this track real quick. But yeah, like she said, I'm kind of especially at that time period, I kind of work on 10. Like I'm going super speed at times with the ideas. And as soon as it comes out, I just put it down. Like I don't like to really hold on to it. And wait. Even if it's something that's very raw, sometimes there's beauty in the rawness, in my opinion. So I just let it out, man. That's kind of how a lot of the stuff came out. So sorry if it's trash to the people that are, we're not gonna name them, but yeah.
You name no names, man.
Hold on. Let me say something. Because I'm not a professional. This is the Cool Hand Podcast. I can throw my opinion in when I want to as well. So it's not trash. We ain't giving out no apologies. If you don't like it, don't listen to it. And not to sound corny, but it's not for everybody. Work has been put into this project. There's people who don't like, oh, Dirt dropped off. But I got you, Dirt. I am taking back his apology, and I'm going to leave it right there. So until he can come back on, we understand we're all in different time zones. Let me see. My mom. Why is my mom requesting to join? I love you, Mom. But
Shout out to the Cool Hand.
I love you, Mom. But this isn't for us. It's there we go.
Oh.
Man, somebody got a lawsuit against me because they ain't trying to see me win right now.
Ooh.
Come on, y'all.
He's back.
I'm over here in a suit. What more y'all want?
I have no ops.
All right. So we're taking back those apologies. Be mad at me about it. So speaking of not for everybody, you did touch on the theme in the beginning, but how did you guys come up with this theme? What were the conversations like that you said, we're gonna call this not for everybody? That's the thing.
That's a good question. I think it actually came from the great mind of Jaz Evon, to be honest. And I kind of was like, yo, that's perfect because, I kind of feel that same way in regards to my content, my music. Whatever the case, I've always felt it's not necessarily for everybody. Not everyone's going to like it, As Cool Hand says, you have no haters, which I feel like is a double entendre because sometimes it's like, yeah, you don't have haters, but you really do. You get me? So, yeah, I think it came down to Jazz. I was about to say Jasmine. Sorry.
Cool, it's my name.
Yeah, Jasmine. Her great mind. Again. So shout out to Jasmine because she's more than a spoken word artist. Yeah. Shout out Jasmine.
Shout out to Jazz. Any further comments?
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. No. See, I almost said your name. Dirt is also extremely talented. He contributed a lot to the project as well. Dang, now I lost my thought because he said my government name is cool. No,
Hey, she don't even know my government name. Nobody does.
But we're not gonna do this. I'm gonna be nice. but no, I will say this. I think you touched a lot on the contrast of the project in your review on YouTube. So I will say this because we have different styles. We're in different states, and then as I brought up earlier, we're from a different generation. I'm a millennial. I think my bro here might be a Gen Zer. Is that a word? Gen Zer? I don't know, but. So
No, she a BC. She from before Christ, for real. No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
No, but like we have different perspectives also. So where he may be dealing with things now, or maybe he dealt with it when he was a teenager. And he was talking about things that happened, while he was a teen or in his 20s. I'm, speaking about things from someone that's already in my early 30s and may have experienced certain things in my 20s. So I think that was a beautiful thing as well. We definitely, and I feel like I'm all over the place, so stop me if I am, but we definitely started off. We definitely started off with a different song, and I will say it was a song called Downfall. So it was going to be a 2-part song. It was actually the first part to More to Life. So it was going to start off with us kind of like when you're dealing with things and you're like, oh man, it's me against the world, and this person, that person, they're preying on my downfall,
It had to go.
Yeah, and then it
It
went
had to go.
to More to Life, which was going to like bring out, you know what, okay, that's how I felt then, but this is how I feel now. And definitely more to life than me and our relationship with this person or that situation. But Dirt hit me up and he didn't think that it fit the project well, and I agreed. So we just kept More to Life in as the intro with your awesome sound bite. So I think that's where we definitely started and just kept going with it.
If I may intervene, Cool Hand, I got a question for Jazz here, actually. I don't know if this is kind of, I don't want to do a Kanye steal your spotlight type of moment,
No,
but
go ahead. Add some more perspective.
I was listening to a Cool Hand interview the other day, and he was reviewing, I believe, Habits, and he was talking about how you didn't get like a text back. So I'm curious, in NFE, have you been waiting for that text back for about like 3-4 years now? Like, what's the timeline on this text back?
Bruh, wow.
Sorry, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I think the audience would like to know.
You're crazy, bro. No, for real. A lot of times I talk about situations that happened in my past. So it's definitely not something I'm going through now. I have absolutely no drama right now. I am boring. So anything I write about, it's because I went through it and I'm able to express it at this time in my life. I feel like I've healed, or I am healing from it. And a lot of times I know, Q, you brought out, it's possibly someone of the opposite sex. Sometimes, I've dealt with rejection just from friends. I know that doesn't seem like a common thing. Or
Dang.
why do you care that much? It's just a friend. But friendships are very important to me as well. So yeah, just keeping it real. I keep it real.
Friendships overhyped.
What'd you say?
I said friendships are overhyped anyways.
Bye.
He's speaking from
Keeping it
a
respectful.
22-year-old.
There you go.
He's speaking from a 22-year-old perspective.
Respectful.
Respectfully.
Less friends, the better.
Oh my God.
Friendships are very valuable. I'll tell you this. I'll throw this in, and I'm gonna keep it real. Sometimes I think I need to be more outgoing because crowded places. That's my brother. I done been rocking with him since we was youngins. I got another couple friends we've been rocking since diapers, right? But things
Rugrats.
happen. Yeah, but things happen over time. People fall off. People choose a different path in life, and I'm just keeping it real. Friendships are important. Friends hold you down. Like, I know who to call when I'm in distress. But if you don't got no friends, I understand. You might have a significant other, but if you're dating or anything like that, you may not know who to rely on. But friends are definitely not overhyped. I gotta keep it real.
Sir Cool Hand, may I ask you a question? Based on your hey, she gone too. That Texas internet.
So Jazz dropped. We'll hopefully get her back. But yeah, what's up?
So going along with the theme of friends, and one moment viewer discretion advised for what I'm about to say. Have you ever had a friend, sorry if this is too violent, stab you in the back?
Um, I've had some weird people stab me in the back, but I wouldn't have considered them my friends, to tell you the truth.
Mm,
I
yeah,
know who my friends. I know who my true friends are. Put it like that.
that's great. That's great.
But let's go back to the music though. Let me so until we can get Jazz back on. I want to ask you, what was your favorite moments from making this project?
Mm, um, my favorite moment was actually making the intro track.
Okay.
Um, because as Jazz said, I kind of throw stuff down as soon as I feel it. And when she sent that over, like she was thinking, oh, this is the part I laid down, and then you could add, oh, Jazz is back. Welcome, Jazz. Glad you could join us. But she sent that track over thinking, oh yeah, he's probably then gonna come in at the end where the beat ends, and I'm like, no. Like in my mind, I heard it differently. I'm like, I'm gonna have to come over you. Pause. But I'm I'm gonna have to, go on top of what you already laid onto the track because I just felt like it would have been a good. It sounded like as if we almost were in the same studio recording it, like we were going back and forth type of thing, and I felt like it made it a great dynamic. And yeah, I had to come in and just do that, and kind of that was probably my favorite experience. And then of course, like she said, the age difference. So she's like she became like a musical auntie, so to speak. You know how you have like your spiritual aunties, but she's like, I'm just like, I'm playing with you. No, but she got wisdom for real in regards to like, you know, being insightful. And that's something I'm trying to work on is being more insightful and kind of reading the room better and not just reacting. And it actually taught me to slow myself down this project because I was just shooting stuff out left and right. Um, and I feel like I'm gonna take time to stop and reflect. We kind of mentioned we made it a while back and it just came out recently. Uh, so we had time to reflect on it and see what advancements need to be made and so on and so on. But that was my favorite part, was more to life, personally.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. You broke up for me. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi, your Wi-Fi, or the world is just against us. But I got most of it. So thank you for sharing that, Jazz. Any favorite moments from making this with your little bro?
I had a lot of favorite moments. The process itself was very interesting. It was very refreshing and different. But I will say, whenever he sent back his vocals for the second part to Not For Everybody, I was not expecting spoken words even coming from him. That was my favorite because I was like, what? Okay. So it's almost as if we swapped places a little bit. And I think that was really cool. I think that was dope.
Yeah, I had to pay tribute, like I was trying to kind of bring that spoken word out of Jazz, and she was trying to stray away from it a little bit more. So I'm like, okay, one of us got to kind of pay tribute to like, you know, the past works of body of arts that you have put out. So I had to kind of pay tribute in that regard, and I feel like it's kind of the same with like the kind of chopped and screwed part.
Mm.
Um, that was kind of like a little bit of my concept as well as Jazz, because I was like, yo, she's from Texas. We got to do some type of like
Mm-hmm.
something that they won't really expect. So yeah, that's kind of the concept of that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and I don't know if y'all realize, and Still Breathing, when he sent me Still Breathing, he did his verse, and I kind of wanted my sound to sound a bit similar to his. So I don't know if y'all realize the flow and the rhythm and how he said, hey, yo, and I said a little bit.
Yeah, she's still on my ad libs. I'm
Yeah,
copywriting her.
I'm trying to be like Dirt, man. I'm
Oh.
faced with a mask today too, but it's all good.
You shut up. We trendsetters. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing.
So,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
right, I got one more for you because I'm not going to keep you here all day. Or actually, a couple more. So I want to ask before I ask what's next for you both. What's up with this remix? What do we have? What's up with that? You've been teasing
We
something.
got Michael Jackson.
Did I hear Mike
You know, he coming
Jackson?
on.
Oh, God.
Just know that.
Hey,
Young Mike Jack.
when can we expect this remix with Young Mike Jack?
It's in the balances of the universe, man.
Um,
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah,
It's no longer in our control, but it's coming. Just know
it's
that.
coming.
okay,
I'm not gonna Playboy Cardi you,
thank
you
you.
know, but it's coming.
All
Yeah.
right, so remix coming soon. So what's next for both of you? Can we expect music from the two of you together again, or what? What do you guys got going on next?
Mm. You know, it's a possibility. I got a few law firm cases I gotta finish off first, but
Come
honestly,
on, man.
I've been kind of on a creative overload where I'm kind of like, man, I need me a break. But
Mm.
we ain't gonna let that happen because I think the key to success is just to keep going even when you're tired sometimes. So yeah, we got some stuff in the works. Yeah, Jasmine can continue on along that lines. If I could think of something I could touch on, I'll bring it out.
Uh, yeah, I mean, we will have a couple more collabs. I know for my project, he's going to be on a song of mine. I do have a project that I'm working on. It's going to be more so like a mixtape, so I'm going to be releasing that towards the end of the year. And I do have a couple other projects that I'll be dropping music-wise. But after that, I'm done. Like I love music, I love it, but I feel like my passion is more so with film and writing. So, but if anybody ever needs me, like as a songwriter, if y'all need me to write a song, hit me up. I would love to work with you behind the scenes. I love being behind the scenes of things. But yeah, Dirty and I, we'll definitely have a couple more songs together for sure.
Okay.
She trying to pull Donald Glover over here, talking about I'm gonna start filming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some stuff in the works as well in regards to like different things as well, like fashion, kind of separate from what you see before you. But yeah, I got some stuff in the works in that regard. I'm really trying to get that going. I'm really trying to do more actual artistic things, painting. Um, Trying to be on my Winston. I'm sorry, I'm coming for the title, bro. You heard it here first. No, I'm playing. But yeah, we over here. I'm just trying to vibe and live and enjoy life. And honestly, my ultimate goal is to just uplift. And if I could do that in any form, and if it affects one person, to me, that's mission accomplished. So if anybody got a problem with it, my bad. No, I'm playing. But yeah, we here, we live. Shout out Cool Hand, you know.
Yeah.
Hold up. Sorry,
Shout
go
out,
ahead, Jack.
shout out Yumi. Okay.
Big shout out Yumi. Big
Is
Yumi.
yeah, not the little one. Um, Shout out to everybody else involved, whether they were on a track or engineered, produced, things like that. Shout out to everybody involved. Shout out to Cool
Yeah.
for the promoting. Yeah.
I'm gonna shout out the engineers because I don't think you got to mention them on the interview because you said you didn't have the names. But hey, shout out your boy Samson, aka Crowded Places. Shout out Jared Lee Wag. Shout out Davion Dean. Those are my brothers. 4L. Which for people who don't know what that means is for life. But yeah. Shout out you guys for real.
Shout out to them. Shout out to you guys. I thank you both for joining. I appreciate it. I truly appreciate it because Jazz says she stays behind the scenes. So you're getting a rare appearance. Only on the Cool Hand podcast too. So you really got to tap in. I'm gonna leave y'all with one last thing because Dirk said that he likes to uplift. It will really uplift not just me, but I feel like I speak for all of us when I say you would uplift us all if you took off that mask right now?
Hey, you know what? You get in a first hand here on Cool Hand. I hope everybody's recording it. Y'all ready for this?
Let's
You guys
do
ready?
it.
I don't see the comments going crazy enough, but here we go.
He's about to get off.
Nah, we ain't. Come on. Come on, man. We ain't gonna do it like that. We ain't gonna do it like that, man. They all wondering.
Boy.
Is he, you know, here we go.
Called it.
Wow.
Cool Hand
Wow.
Podcast. Something you got to deal with. Thank you all for joining. Thank you. We're going to upload to YouTube. Have a nice day. Thank you once again, Jazz. Thank you so much.
Bro. Bye.
Peace.